Hello everyone and welcome to a new type of video where I'm going to go through and explain the all for one, I almost said All Might, the all for one Climax battle. Now, with this team right here, I haven't really tried with other memories, so these are the ones that worked for me. But I used Celeboraka because all for one does not have stun immunity. He can be stunned. Sub-Todoroki for barriers, and Steampunk Bakugo for crits. Bakugo could probably be replaced for someone else with high damage and crits, and Totoro can obviously replace someone else with barriers, and you could probably replace Arako for someone that can stun, like maybe Blue Araka, and actually have type advantage and do more damage, but my Silver Araka was just a lot more built than her at the time, so I used her, and her stuns in AoE. But the subslots did not matter, they did not come out, which I will explain why later. Now to start, the first thing I did was I went for a stun, which I did get, which gave him a late start. Now, of course, I didn't stun them all, but the Nomu and All for One can be stunned. In first phase, I was just kind of going through it, because, this one, there's nothing to worry about, really. It's just deal enough damage to get through it. And later, I'll go more into, later in, phase 3 and 4, I'll go more in depth about mechanics and all that. But I missed here, but you can stun All for One on phase shift. That is the thing you can do. I think it either stops him from doing his buff that he gives himself after phase shift, or just prolongs it. I don't remember because I didn't get it. But at this phase 2, nothing really changes. It's just pretty much a longer phase 1, but he just does more damage and all that. So another thing is you just want to get through it. But right here, there's a thing with the Nomu. So you can see when I'm going first here. Celtoto first, Uraraka second, Bakugo third, All for One fourth, left Nomu fifth, right Nomu sixth. But for some reason, they decided the Nomu should go first. And I'm assuming the whole reason Nomu will go first is to draw aggro to get you off of All for One. Now this can be countered by just having AoEs. That's kind of why you celebrate Uraraka over Blue. Another reason was just AoEs to prevent their aggro from really doing much to me. Now normals will still go after them obviously, but that doesn't really matter to me. It didn't really change much. And the rest of phase 2, it was just kind of smooth. It's just survive, get through it, deal enough damage, obviously. Now if we skip past to right here on phase shift. So this skill chain here, so what you would want to do is have barriers set up. Now you can see Bakugo has a barrier, Uraraka has a barrier, and Todoroki has a barrier. That frame. Now the reason you want barriers on phase shift, you really want to have barriers on phase shift, is because you don't get switched out. All for One will not switch you out if you have barriers up. That is why barriers are so important here. And the rest of phase 3 is just same as 1 and 2. You just want to crit and have barriers set up as much as you can. Have him stunned as long as you can. Now, of course, going into phase 4, the final phase, is where things get weird with mechanics. All for One's Plus Ultra is an AoE wipe. It will hurt a lot. Now, you can last stand it. It only hits once. You can last stand it. But that obviously leaves you with no HP left, and then the Nomu and normals will take you out, unless you'll have more than one. But if you have Self-Todoroki or any other barrier character that give barriers to everyone, his All for One's Plus Ultra does not hit through barriers. You can barrier it. See? And another thing, you can stun him in phase 4 still, so you can prevent him from doing things if you get lucky enough. Although I wouldn't count on it unless you absolutely have to. Now the main gimmick with here is crit rate, and the reason why crit rate is so good is because if you do not crit him enough, I think it's 8 times, he will have infinite last stands. If you crit him more than 8 times, 8 or more, his last stands will go away, and you will be able to get the kill. As you can see, he doesn't have a last stand up here, but you can see he's last standing. But after I crit him enough, he goes down. And that is all you need to know about beating All For One.